All right, so we're going to focus on non-restrictive elements, okay? You guys have been doing these fairly well in your daily language review, warm-ups. However, let's kind of hone in on these concepts because that's how I teach grammar. We see and we do our warm-ups and then we start picking piece by piece, question by question, things that we need to work on. So the first one is non-restrictive elements. A non-restrictive element is when you add extra information to the subject about the sentence. This information can be added between commas, dashes, or parentheses. So, ways to write non-restrictive elements is first you need to read the entire sentence. Then, find the subject, rewrite the subject. Think about it. What can be added to our sentence about the subject that makes sense? Write this with commas, dashes, or parentheses around it. Then finish writing the rest of the sentence. So let's do a few examples together because after you see some examples, you need to apply what you learned to your assignment. Jane found the library. So we read our sentence. Now we need to find our subject. Well, who or what is our sentence about? Our whole sentence is about Jane. So we need to write our sentence down because that's step number 3. Jane. We need to put commas, parentheses, or dashes around our extra information. Well, commas. Now we need to think about it. If she found the library, maybe she likes to read. So we need to add extra information that makes sense about our character or person, Jane. So Jane, who likes to read, comma, found the library. And our period at the end. Notice that there's commas, and this is extra information. If we took out this extra information, we would have our same exact sentence that we had before. Jade found the library. Let's look at another example. The rose bush needed to be watered. Well, first we need to find our subject, the rose bush. So then you copy it down. It needs to be watered. So to be watered, something that would make sense, it needs to be planted. So the rose bush, let's maybe do a dash this time. The rose bush, which I planted, dash, needed to be watered. There's the same thing. We have our 2 dashes. We have our non-restrictive element, which is our extra information. And if we took it out, we would have the same exact sentence we had before. Let's try another one. The Rhode Island is a great place to vacation. First, find our subject. The whole thing is about Rhode Island. Copy it down. All right, this time since we use comma and dashes, let's use a parentheses. After our subject, we put our punctuation, Rhode Island. Well, let's think about something we know about Rhode Island. We can say maybe which is a small state because it is a small state. And parentheses is a great place to vacation. Okay, once again, we have our parentheses, we have our extra information, and if we took it out, it would take us back to the same sentence we had before. All right, let's try one more example. My youngest brother designed a website for the company. Our subject is my youngest brother. Copy it down. Let's use commas again because commas are used more often. Comma. So now we need to know something about our youngest brother. Maybe you could put a name. You can say how old your brother is. You could say who the company he works for. So I'm going to do my youngest brother's name. My youngest brother, Matthew, comma, designed a website We're the company. And period at the end. If you go back through, my youngest brother Matthew, that is who we are talking about. That's my non-restrictive element. It is around commas and it is added to our sentence. Okay, so use this method to help you complete the non-restrictive element activity that you will have next.